Just because you can't see something does not mean it isn't there. Hey guys, it's me again, Douglas. And have you ever ridden in a plane? Like flown through the sky in a plane? I got to ride in a plane once. Well, actually I got to ride in a plane twice because we flew down to Florida to visit some of my parents' friends and then we flew back. So I guess I flew down one time and then back another time. But it was all within a week and a half. Anyways, I was kind of nervous getting on the plane for the first time, and we have all the baggage stuff, and we got to, crawl through this plane trying to get to our seats, and I sit down, and I got to have a window seat, and I could see out the window, and I could see the wing of the plane, and I could see the ground, and, as we're starting to take off, it's kind of rumbling, and we get up into the sky, and I could look down out the window, and it was so cool. The world looked like a giant quilt. Like I could see the farms around my town, and they looked like a big old quilt on the ground, and I could see the clouds, and we got to a point where we flew up above the clouds, and we could see the clouds beneath us, and it was just amazing. But at a certain point, I was looking down, and I could see the wing, and I kind of looked down into my seat, and I could see I was sitting on a seat. I was on something, right? But as I'm looking out at the wing, I'm realizing the plane is on nothing. It's flying through the air. And this idea just kind of broke my little brain. We were flying through the air, and we were supported by nothing. The plane was sitting on nothing, which is not exactly true, because the plane is sitting on air, sort of. It's flying through the air. It is using air to keep itself up. And you can't see the air, but the plane is definitely using the air. If the air wasn't there, this plane, it wouldn't be able to get up off the ground. And, it's not just that air is, it keeps planes and birds up in the sky, but air keeps us alive too. We can't see it, but you breathe in and you breathe out all day, every day. The air you breathe keeps us alive, but you can't see it. Sometimes you can see stuff that it moves around. If the wind blows and rustles some leaves, you see the leaves moving, but you don't see the air. And it's that way with God too. You can't usually see God, but He's there. And He's not just there, but He is necessary for life. And through Him, we can do some pretty incredible things. Even more incredible than a huge plane flying through the air. Through God, all things are possible. And when you put your trust in something that you can't see, that's called faith. It can be hard to have faith in something or someone that you can't see. When I started thinking about the plane just kind of floating in the air, I got kind of nervous because I realized that we were just floating in the air. But then I remembered, how many other planes I'd seen flying, and these scientists and engineers would not have built these planes if it didn't work. And just like there's plenty of stuff that we can see that lets us know that air is there, there's plenty of stuff that we can see that lets us know that God is there. We can trust in God because we can see what God has done in our lives. We can see what He's done in the lives of other people. We can see that a life lived the way God intended is a life well lived. The evidence of God is everywhere, and we need Him for our very lives. So my challenge today is that you would put your faith and your hope and your trust in the unseen God, the one true God. Because even though you can't see Him, you can see God at work. The Bible says that faith is a confidence in things hoped for and the assurance of things unseen. Not only does God give us life, even though we can't see Him, but if you can put your faith in God, if you can have faith even the size of a little mustard seed, anything is possible.